This is the Real Pod Newscast with Levon Putney with a quick check on what's going on. So here's my man to get into it.
I know Garfield and Boomtown Rats hated Mondays, but to me, Tuesdays are the worst days of the week. A hangover from Monday blues with most of the week still ahead. Light at the end of the tunnel still dim, far off, depressing it can be. And that is the beauty of this show dropping on Tuesdays, to help smile and giggle our way through this drag towards the weekend. So let's get going.
My favorite stories of the day.
No sense in beating around the bush. Let's go ahead and jump straight into the Sunshine State. Good for everything wacky under the sunshine. So those of us who have seen or heard of Quentin Tarantino's movie Pulp Fiction will love this one. Tarantino's birthday, by the way, Thursday. But a man in Key West, Florida was arrested the Friday before last, accused of going 63 in a 30-mile-an-hour zone. It's a bad accusation, but Local 10 News in Miami is reporting cops say officers walked up and saw an AR-15 semi-automatic rifle in plain sight inside the car, and that's a bad accusation, too. Police also say he showed signs of being drunk, another bad accusation, but they keep coming. Police added another when they decided, for whatever reason, to search his home, and say they found 20 guns, 10,000 bullets, a PVC pipe bomb, explosive chemicals, tools, and an explosive investigation guidebook. So they arrested him and filed gun charges against the 39-year-old in jail on $1.7 million bail. And I said Pulp Fiction lovers will love this one for a reason.
Did you just order a $5 shake?
Mm-hmm.
That's a shake. That's milk and ice cream.
Last I heard.
That's $5.
More than that now, homie. But the reason is the man's name is Vincent Vega. Vega's accused of having all the guns, pipe bombs, how-to books, and an AR-15 buddy riding in the car with him. Now, the 39-year-old is 8 years older than the 1994 movie, so cannot accuse his mom of copycatting. Maybe we just found the inspiration for the character. Same name. And those who follow this show may remember a couple of weeks ago I talked about the Florida guy who cops say went into an Orlando Tiffany & Company's jewelry store, claimed to be a rep for an Orlando Magic NBA player, so got escorted into a private area where police say he snatched a couple earrings worth $600,000, ran out and drove off some 340 miles away that day in late February before cops say they caught him. Only for the guy to swallow the pair of $600,000 earrings. Well, the guy apparently had a $600,000 poop in jail because Sky News is reporting Orlando police say they recovered the earrings. Even took a picture of them, washed off and clean in someone's gloved up hand. And this begs the question, who did the recovering? And did this guy have every number 2 of his searched until they plopped out? Inquiring minds. Now, a lot of us who love basketball have spent the day at a gym or court playing until it was time to come home. But a group of Georgia men were either single or had to go on makeup dates to hopefully satisfy their loved ones afterwards because they played a basketball game for 5 days straight. UPI is reporting they ended this marathon of a game Friday in Fairburn, Georgia, with the final score of 13,096 to 12,972. One basketball game lasted 121 hours and 3 minutes. It was for a good cause. The men are part of an Atlanta-based nonprofit group called Men Opposing Sex Trafficking, which adds up to the acronym MOST. And all 23 of these guys, between the ages of 17 and 64, did the most by staying inside the gym the entire time, even while taking breaks. And for that, they earned a spot in the Guinness Book of World Records. Once the 5-day game ended Friday morning, and they raised money to help fight sex trafficking while helping victims. So it's pretty cool. Just, hey, hope their loved ones are cool with a 5-day pickup game. Back after this break. But first, hey, give a listen to DJ Greg H's podcast.
It's the Hip Hop and R&B Journey with Greg H.
You can download the Jams Podcast Mix for free. Just Google search Jams Podcast Mix.
Real hip hop and R&B matters. The Hip Hop and R&B Journey with Greg H.
Tired of grocery store sticker shock when you see the price of eggs? Come to J-Dub's Rooftop Market for premium eggs, straight from J-Dub's Pigeon Coop. $5 a dozen for eggs laid minutes before, fresh out the mother pigeon. It can't get more organic than that. So swing by J-Dub's Rooftop Market at the corner of Clinton Avenue and South 17th in Newark. Drop by.
And now for the world around us.
Now, those of us familiar or from New York City who have been to Times Square in Midtown Manhattan when somebody dressed up like Spider-Man, a Ninja Turtle, or some other cartoon character would basically chase people down for tips. Well, police in Naples, Italy are looking for whoever dressed up in a Mickey Mouse costume with glitter stars all over him and took pictures with visitors in the Via Toledo area of town. Now, the Sun newspaper is reporting tourists have been posting pictures on social media of Mickey posing with kids and parents right before they say he started begging for money and pulled a knife on some to add a little spice to the begging. A little oregano, a little basil, chop it up with a knife. One local politician claims Mickey has been extorting visitors with the knife, and that is why cops in Naples, Italy, are looking for this fake Mickey Mouse. A mouse trap is what they're using. Italian officials also warn folks to stay away from anybody dressed up like Mickey Mouse. And just know there may be a scammer inside that costume with a knife. And while we're on cartoon mascots, in Japan, the Oita Airport is about to be renamed for a bit. So anyone flying in, maybe for the Osaka World Expo, running from Sunday, April 13th through mid-October, should know that they'll be landing at the Oita Hello Kitty Airport. Yeah, officials decided to have a little fun since Hello Kitty's owner also owns the theme park Harmonyland in southwestern Japan. And given Hello Kitty's worldwide popularity, they thought it would be cute for tourists and folks from Japan heading to the World Expo in Osaka. Now, in the Netherlands, wildlife officials in the central Dutch city of Utrecht are pretty much banking on people either being fish lovers or bored, or both, because they installed sort of a Ring camera doorbell system on a river lock. So people with the time and desire to watch an online live stream of fish swimming upstream to the Riverlock Gate can let wildlife officials know when a whole school of fish are banging on the gate to get in so they can swim upstream in the springtime to make little fish babies in the shallow water. Yeah, the AP is reporting this live stream has been up for 5 years of springtime migrations already, and millions of people have logged on and watched as bass, pike, bream, and other fish get backed up at the gate, at which point people click a button on the website to alert a water worker who then opens the gate to let the fish through. Now, one would think this water worker could just sit and watch the online live stream or the live stream with the worker's own eyes and open the gate, but just shows there are a lot of helpful, bored, fish-loving people out there. And speaking of animal lovers, the 4th Shanghai Pet Fashion Week is being held this coming weekend. I mean, good timing, given China's Beijing Spring-Summer Fashion Week was just this past week, and New York and Milan already held theirs. 'Tis the Fashion Week season. This Pet Fashion Week, though, in Shanghai, that'll feature 15 fashion shows, 13 pet pop-up activities, and 5 pet sports competitions. Almost 2,000 pet-owning families took part in the preliminary round to make it to the main stage this coming Friday through Sunday. And this is not some small niche type thing. No, organizers say they're expecting about 200,000 pet lovers and industry insiders to be there, which means this will also be huge for all the pet clothing lines. They have fashion brands from 18 countries that are coming to this. But it'll also be sort of like Black Friday after Thanksgiving in the U.S. for anyone with a poop scooping business. That many pets at the Shanghai International Fashion Center will likely require a lot of fast-responding professional scoopers if organizers want to avoid brown shoe prints all over the floors. Back in a...
Oh my God, baby, thanks.
If you want to tone those muscles up for the beach or poolside, have I got the goods for you.
I was just gonna buy a workout kit.
The Workout Kit. 2 durable, super strong bands guaranteed not to break.
Wait, is this it?
2 bars also guaranteed not to break, which connect to the bars for maximum resistance up to 5 pounds.
I'm being pranked, right?
And 2 all-natural 5-pound stones for upper body workouts. Or slip the compact stones in your pockets for a power walk.
A power walk? Some rocks in my pocket? and 2 rubber bands and 2 sticks?
The Workout Kit. Portable and light. Hundreds of workouts. The possibilities are endless. Only $49.99 if you order today. 212-555-5555.
I know this is really what's Nigel's kit.
The Workout Kit. 212-555-5555.
Baby, do you really love me?
Call now. $99 shipping and handling added to cost.
Boy, bye.
What's up with what's going down, though?
How dare the Girl Scouts get rid of Samoas? What's up with that? Yeah, those caramel chocolate coconut nougats of goodness have been warming my heart since way before Girl Scout Cookie Monsters changed the name to Caramel Delights, which they are. Caramel Delights. But the Girl Scouts of the USA is the organization in charge of their annual cookie season lineup and put out a statement saying they are doing away with Samoas, or Caramel Delights, and Tagalongs, the peanut butter filled cookies covered in chocolate, another fan favorite. But the group basically blamed money, pointing to the realities of today's supply chain, changing ingredients, keeping up with demand and sustainability concerns. But who asked them to change the ingredients? A sad time for us Samoa and Tagalong lovers. Cookie Monster has to be turning in his garbage can.
I walked through the door. Somebody said, "Hey, that's him. Put him in jail." Now I don't have a lawyer and out enough to raise my bail. Fetch me that doggy bone. I'm tired of doing it all alone.
Slammy Sammy, bringing back a lot of wild memories with that old jam. Mike Mann here, and right now, we're gonna keep...
And that's a wrap for this Real Pod newscast. Had to bring up Sir Elton John, or Reginald Reggie Dwight being his given name. And since he basically given my name, thanks to my parents loving the song, I'll be a good man for a moment and say I cannot say enough how much I appreciate you all listening. And please, if you haven't already, hit follow on the show's podcast page to get them when they drop. Also, it helps distributors tally up listeners to see if enough for sponsors to pay. Real talk on Real Pod Newscast. Have a great rest of the week. Back on Friday.
This has been the Real Pod Newscast with Levon Putney from Show Enough Productions. And for more, hit up the website, realpodnewscast.com. That's real with 2 E's. This is Big Daddy Marty Allen. Thanks for listening.
Show Enough.